YouTube, today, more Mewtwo action. Maybe we could get a skill swap off with Tapu Lele as well, but we'll see how it goes. If you do enjoy the video, so be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And of course, try out the rental code if you do want to try out the team. You have 2 weeks to grab before it expires. Otherwise, there is a payment available in the description down below. But otherwise, let's get started and play some games. All right, looks like a Sun team, pretty standard, except there is an Urshifu on this one. We have Landorus Fairy, the Grimmsnarl, Groudon, Charizard, Venusaur, and the Urshifu. Probably going to be Dark Urshifu, I'd imagine. Sun team, pretty good with my Regigigas. I'm pretty strong against it, I feel like, overall, and I do like the Regigigas here. I like Regigigas plus, I'd say, Weezing right here is pretty solid. And then back Pokemon, I actually like the Psychic mode. I feel like the Tapu Lele with the Moonblast is pretty good against like Urshifu. Block Sucker Punches is pretty nice. And we'll see what we can do here. Yeah, I am going to go with the Tapu Lele here, and let's see what we can accomplish now. I think Regigigas is going to do fantastic work against my opponent. As the only Pokemon that really does well against me. Not sure. It's probably going to be like Charizard. Speed types are probably the most worrisome thing. Otherwise, like Regigigas just destroys right here with the Max Strike. And then afterward, it really just depends on how I feel. Max Strike just does a lot of damage overall. If they go Charizard for the Wildfire, that is a little bit concerning, but we'll see how this approaches right here. We're going to see the Landorus Urshifu, which is pretty good for me. I don't mind that, as I am going to be leading my Regigigas and Weezing. And I should just be able to go for... if I had Hailstorm, would be a fantastic position, but ooh, I know a play I could do. Okay, so I'm gonna go for a Max Strike into... I'm a bit worried because I think Max Quake into a Wicked Blow would threaten my Weezing regardless, but I have no idea if they're gonna go for like the double up into Weezing, or are they gonna target down the Regigigas, because it might be like a very, very specific situation right here where they might think I'm just going to protect, which is kind of obvious. So there is that as well. I think I'm just going to go for the Max Strike and the Landorus, and I'm going to Wisp the Urshifu. I'm assuming they're going to Dynamax as well. If they don't Dynamax, this is a fantastic position for me. I'll gladly take it. But yeah, I am going to go for the Max Strike here and a Wisp into the Urshifu. And let's see what's going to come out the following turns, as we will bring out a Regigigas. I wonder if they have Sun mode in the back. I'm not really too concerned about the Sun mode, but let's see here. Bring out the Regigigas, as we will see a Dynamax. Dynamax going to come out. This should be Landorus. Perfect. Oh man, if I had Hailstorm right now, they're basically just risking that I don't have Hailstorm right here, but I don't. So we will see the Landorus come out here. And let's see what they are going to decide to do. Do they double up the Weezing? Do they go for the Regigigas slot? Who knows? This could be an Airstream close combat, which would be completely fine for me. So this could be a Max Quake, Wicked Blow into the Weezing. Here comes a Max Strike, though, into the Landorus. Very solid damage turn one. Very good damage. Okay. So goodbye, Landorus. Fantastic right here. And let's see what they decide to do, as we do get the Wisp off into the Urshifu, which is really important. Breaks up potential Focus Sash and just really weakens it, so it won't be doing too much damage to either of my Pokemon. As we're going to see a close combat come out into the Regigigas. Excellent. And that is perfect, as I don't take too much damage. Let's see what the Landorus decides to do here. It's going to be the Max Quake, which is completely fine. So I'm assuming this is going to be targeting the Weezing. Yep, into the Weezing. I do have a Focus Sash available, so I'm pretty solid right there. And yeah, this is looking like a fantastic position from the start right here. Their Dynamax has taken a lot of damage. My Weezing has taken quite a bit here, but Urshifu's Unseen Fist won't go through this Protect right here because of the Neutralizing Gas. So we will go for a Max Strike into Landorus, even if it decides to, hey, I'm going to Max Guard here. I think that's completely fine, as I'm just going to protect my Weezing right here. And I wonder if I can knock out Urshifu if they go for close combat again with Sludge Bomb. Ooh, this Weezing doesn't have great special attack, but Urshifu doesn't have great special defense, and it will be at -2. So we'll see. But my simple play is just to Max Strike here and protect. There is no reason to not. As let's see what they decide to do. Do they go for Max Guard here? They don't. Okay, perfect. So I am able to get a Max Strike off into the Landorus. Goodbye, Landorus. Very, very good. So I'm able to get rid of their... I'm able to get rid of their Landorus. Perfect. Just a free knockout Landorus, and the Urshifu. What are you going to do? Into my Protect or close combat? They go for Wicked Blow into my Protect. Perfect. Oh, I can make a fun play, I think, with Tapu Lele. I could see myself getting a skill swap here potentially for my Regigigas. This absolutely isn't necessary at all, but This sounds like some pretty fun time. Let's see what my opponent's going to bring out next. Probably Groudon. Groudon is completely okay here. And I mean, my play here is probably just to max strike the Groudon. No, I don't have to target Groudon at all. I could target the Urshifu so I could Expanding Force win the game with Mewtwo. Yeah, that could be a thing as well. I could go for the burn into Groudon. I could go for the burn into Groudon too. That doesn't seem like a bad play here. You know what? I'm gonna max strike the Urshifu. It's stopping me from my Expanding Force win. I will go for the Wisp into the Groudon slot. Let's see how this is gonna go. Groudon might also protect here or double out. Ooh, interesting play here. Into Charizard. Oh, I am fine with that. I am fine with that. Okay. Okay. I am able to get a max strike off into the Urshifu. Nice bait. So I guess they were trying to sack the Charizard right there. And that would have been fine for me, I think, realistically, if like I got rid of the Charizard, they got rid of my Weezing. I would have loved to actually get in my my Tapu Lele right there. But yeah, now this is a pretty good situation. Although, yeah, because the Charizard is -1 speed, so I really don't mind this spot right here. Groudon going to come out here, and I think I double up the Charizard slot with a Thunder Punch here into a... Yeah, I'm going to Thunder Punch the Charizard and go for a Sludge Bomb also in the Charizard. Not really too concerned if they just go for Blades, which I'd expect they do. I think that's fine. I'm just going to try to get an Expanding Force right here. Okay, Thunder Punch going to come out into the Charizard. Not pick up a knockout. We will get a Sludge Bomb off, though. I did assume we were faster than the Groudon. Nice. Big hit off. And they go for Blades. Yep, they went for Blades. Perfectly okay. And there are a few ways I could win this game, and there's a fun way and a normal way. So Slow Start's going to activate. They're going to get the drought up. I'm going to go Tapu Lele and Skill Swap my Regigigas just for a Giga Impact hit, and I think that would be just really fun here. As I was planning on, if I lost my Weezing earlier in the game, I would have just went for the Skill Swap with Tapu Lele if I lost it early in Dynamax form, so I wasn't really too concerned about it. I did want to knock out the Landorus though immediately because I did want to get rid of the Intimidate, so Regigigas would still be throwing off really powerful attacks. But yeah, we're going to go for the Giga Impact and the Skill Swap into the Regigigas slot. Hopefully they let me get the Skill Swap off, please. Nice. Okay. So I'm able to get a Skill Swap into the Regigigas. Absolutely fun here. And I'm going to be able to go for a Giga Impact into the Groudon for really good damage. Yeah, and the Expanding Force from Mewtwo will clean up the game. Precipice Blade is going to come out and connect on both Pokemon. But Mewtwo will clean up with the Expanding Force. And yeah, Sun teams, of course, really reliant on having the Sun out and using the abilities. But when you don't have all those abilities activated, it makes it really trouble. And Regigigas is a really hard Pokemon for them to deal with, especially since I was able to get the burn early on. And again, if they doubled into the Weezing slot turn 1, my entire plan was going for the Skill Swap, so it was completely fine regardless of the situation. And yeah, I'm going to go for Skill Swap here into the Groudon and go for Expanding Force, but Expanding Force is going to clean up the Groudon. And yeah, that's the idea behind Skill Swap Tapu Lele. It is a good way for my Sun teams to set up with my Regigigas in the back in case they do decide to target out Weezing, because they do have pretty good offense against Weezing with Wildfire. Usually, even outside of Sun, it will do a lot. And of course, the chip damage is really big through Protect, so, or not through Protect, just to break like Sash and stuff, and it will do quite a bit. So having a backup plan, and it just ended up working out perfectly. I didn't have to go for that Skill Swap play, but that was something I always had in the back of my mind. Choice Banded Landorus Facade, Light Clay on the Grimmsnarl, pretty standard. We have a Salvez Groudon, okay. Life Orb Charizard. Overheat's an interesting choice. Cobra Berry, Venusaur, pretty standard, and then the Focus Sash Urshifu. Yeah, so overall, able to get the Regigigas to sweep with the Neutralizing Gas from Weezing and then Skill Swap from Tapu Lele as a backup plan, and worked out perfectly. If you currently enjoy the content you're watching and want to see more of it, make sure you check out my other YouTube channels, my second YouTube channel, my Eclipse channel, and of course, make sure you follow the action live on my Twitch channel. All links available in the description down below. All right, Hyper Offense. Okay, Whimsicott, Cinderace with Urshifu, Indeedee, Calyrex Shadow Rider, and the Regieleki. So Weezing Regigigas is usually my go-to against this team. This can be potentially really scary though, and I mean really scary. There are quite a few things here. Do they lead the Weezing? Do they lead the Whimsicott. I kind of doubt they lead the Whimsicott here. I just want to know what the sets are specifically of the Urshifu. If it's Choice Band Urshifu, I'm probably going to have a tough time right here. So yeah, this could be really scary. I'm going to go Regigigas Weezing here right off the bat, I think. I do need it for the power. And then in the back, I'm thinking Tapu Lele. I'm thinking Tapu Lele for sure. I just don't know what my last Pokemon is. Nihilego's really solid here, but I don't know if to bring Entity. I really do like Nihilego though, but it's also pretty weak offensively against this team. Torkoal doesn't seem like a bad play because of Urshifu Cinderace, which are still really concerning to me, but I think I could play around it. Let's see how this goes. This hyper offense team looks really terrifying for me to deal with. And who knows, maybe I could get skill swap top of the Lele game, and that's definitely possible. I'm thinking lead is going to be Regigigas Urshifu though. That's my bet. My second bet would be Cinderace plus Urshifu, but I think that's way less of a threat than Tapu Lele Cinderace. Or I mean Regigigas plus Urshifu, because Electro Web into close combat for the big damage. And we'll see how this goes. I have a plan if they leave Regigigas plus Urshifu. It's going to be Whimsicott Cinderace, though. Okay, that's really interesting. And I'm completely down for it. So I'm leading my Regigigas plus my Weezing right away. Eject button's not really that much of a concern, and I kind of doubt it you have with Psychic Terrain. Also, Cinderace usually is able to outspeed anyway, so I don't really see the point of that. I'm going to go for the max strike right away into Cinderace, or the maximum damage output, and I might as well just go for the Sludge Bomb attempted to Whimsicott turn 1. Let's find out what this means. I mean, Cinderace is probably the Dynamax Pokemon. Could they go Calyrex? They could. I mean, I don't think I'd mind that too much. We are going to see the Dynamax come out, and I think this is fine. I think worst case scenario, actually, that I think about it, was Helping Hand high jump kick. Yeah, you don't know whether that's the turn. I don't know if you could really play around that though, because the airstream and I switch in Tapu Lele, you're already playing a 50-50 regardless of like how bad it could be in that scenario. So yeah, don't really have a situation I think that covers every single play. You just got to guess right here. You got to guess whether they go for that Help Hand Eye Jump Kick if they do. But I mean, if they have, actually no, it wouldn't work probably. It's more likely that they Dynamax or switch out than them going for Help Hand Eye Jump Kick, actually, now that I think about it, because of the fact that Neutralizing Gas prevents the Libero from changing its type, so it wouldn't get the knockout anyway. So yeah, definitely could have been an option though. They Airstream, which is fine. Are they Eject button with Switcheroo? Well, we know that the... Actually, no, we don't know anything right now. Probably just sets up Tailwind, I'd imagine, here. As we are able to get a Sludge Bomb off. This is the Tailwind coming out from the Whimsicott. If it's Sash, that actually helps me, because the Whimsicott's not really like that threatening on the field here. We are able to go for a Max Strike into Cinderace and do a lot of damage. We do miss a knockout, which is completely fine here. And I will go for a Max Quake the following turn to boost up my Spadef, maybe into the Whimsicott, I'd imagine. But here comes the Sludge Bomb into Whimsicott. Let's see if it's Focus Sash or not. It's not Focus Sash. Okay. So I wonder if this is Urshifu. I think it's Urshifu coming in. If it's not, I'd be kind of surprised. It is Urshifu. Yep. I don't know. Oh, it's Water Urshifu. Is this banded though? That's my question. I don't know if this is Knuckle here. This could be like Knuckle from Cinderace into Surging Strikes into the Weezing. Or it's Close Combat Power double here. I do think I have to get rid of this. No, I think I could Wisp the Urshifu. Let's see here. I kind of want to go for a strike here into... Oh, who do I want to strike? I think I strike the Cinderace and I just Wisp the Urshifu. I don't know if +1 Surging Strikes can knock out my Weezing. Maybe with Choice Band it can. We'll find out though. They do go for Max Knuckle, which is fine here, I think. Into the Weezing. Or into the Giga slot. This should be close combat, I'd imagine. I could have switched into Tapu Lele and I was considering it, but I need Tapu Lele to revenge KO the Calyrex in the back with a Shadow Ball, I think. I think that's really important. So they Surging Strikes here my Regigigas. Okay, so I don't know if they're banned or not, but that actually works out perfectly for me. Assuming I land a Wisp into the Urshifu, which is pretty big, I think. So they go for the knockout into the Regigigas. That's fine. I think Shadow Ball on my Tapu Lele is going to end up being huge in the end game. It depends heavily on what the items are. I have no idea what the items are. I have no idea if this is Choice Banded or Shifu. I feel like it probably is. I really do feel like it probably is right here though. Able to get the big Wisp into the Urshifu slot though. We will bring out the Mewtwo right here. We can afford to protect Mewtwo and Sludge Bomb here. The Cinderace slot. And hopefully Sludge Bomb is able to pick up a knockout because this could be Max Darkness into the Mewtwo coming out. It also could be a double up into the Weezing, but I have no idea if that picks up the knockout. We'll find out though, I guess. I'm gonna go for the Sludge Bomb into the Cinderace because I feel like I do need this Sludge Bomb damage off. They do stay in with both Pokemon. Let's see if it's Max Darkness or not. It is Max Darkness, okay. Actually, no, that would KO because it's +1. I was about to say, would that KO if it's not the type? But yeah, they do go for Max Darkness. Nice. Mewtwo protects itself. Awesome. And we're going to see what from the Urshifu slot. It's going to be Surging Strikes into the Weezing. Or double into Mewtwo. Okay, perfect. I definitely will take that. So here comes the Sludge Bomb into the Cinderace, which will pick up a knockout. Okay. So we get rid of Cinderace. How many turns of Tailwind do they have left? I'm hoping it's only one more. Yeah, it should only be this upcoming turn. That should be the last turn of Tailwind. This should be Calyrex. I'm a little bit worried if they do get a... this is difficult. This is difficult. I have no idea what the item is. If they have sub, they can go for sub Surging Strikes here. Definitely a possible play here. It is their last turn of Tailwind though. I'm gonna go for a... I think I have to Ice Beam the Calyrex slot, and I can't even break the sub anyway, so I might as well just protect with Weezing. This is probably just Astral Barrage and Surging Strikes take the knockouts, but we'll see. Let's see if they go on the sub here. They do Astral Barrage. Okay, that's one step needed. Now Cinderace was Life. I don't know what the item on the Calyrex is, so goodbye Mewtwo. Astral Barrage. All right, critical hit does not matter there. It really comes down to this Urshifu, what kind of item you are. I could double in Urshifu too with a Shadow Ball Sludge Bomb, and I am considering that option, but I think it comes down to the Calyrex item too, because I have no idea what the Calyrex item is. I have no idea who the Sash is. It's either Sash on this Pokemon or Sash on the Urshifu. If it's Sash on the Urshifu with the burn, I should be able to live Surging Strikes, but if it's banded, I'm very concerned here, and I have no idea if it's banded or not. I'm gonna go for the Shadow Ball though, attempt into... do I have to? I think I do Shadow Ball to Calyrex. I think I have to. I think I risk what the item is on Urshifu, and I Shadow Ball and I go for Sludge Bomb. Okay, nice. Shadow Ball. Please don't be Sash. Please don't be Sash. Please don't be Sash. You are not Sash. Okay. And that is a win. Oh, thank you, Tapu Lele. So I wasn't sure if they were expecting the Scar Shadow Ball there, but that was kind of what I was building up for the Calyrex. I knew I had to do something right there. Yeah, it was basically a mind game. I wanted the Calyrex was choice locked in the way, because if it was like choice specs that they auto lost, so that could have been a potential option as well. So that was also another reason why I wanted to go for Shadow Ball, because I had no idea if they had Protect or if they were like locked in somehow. But yeah, it ends up being perfect here. Sludge Bomb and Urshifu, and we can go for Protect here because we're PP stalling the Surging Strikes as well, but also like the extra burn damage could potentially matter. And yeah, like Weezing should be able to win this game. I don't think Surging Strikes should be able to pick up a knockout, and it does look like Choice Banded or Urshifu. So where is the Sash? Indeedee or Eliki, I'm assuming. But oh man, oh thank you for the Choice Scarf Tapu Lele tech. The Choice Scarf Tapu Lele tech saving clutch. And I actually didn't even have Choice Scarf Tapu Lele originally. I had a Choice Scarf Ninetales originally. I had Tapu Lele, but it was a Jex pack, but I could go into that more in the team builder details later, so make sure you stay tuned for that video. But yep, able to survive, able to go for Sludge Bomb into the Urshifu, and that is a victory right there. Whew. I can't believe Hyper Offense. Yeah, this is why I really like the Regigigas on this team. I actually didn't plan on having Regigigas immediately, but it does do pretty well against a lot of the teams that rely on abilities like this. Hyper Offense usually relies on the Protean, or not Protean, the Libero from the Cinderace, as well as like stuff like the hitting through Protect with the Unseen Fist, and then the Transistor from Eliki, Prankster from Whimsicott. So just being able to shut down abilities with Weezing is already fantastic. And Regigigas is really powerful and kind of disrupts them, and it's really hard to hit the Regigigas with some of their Pokemon. And thankfully they did bring in a Whimsicott, which was kind of dead weight for them, but it kind of made sense. I think they wanted the Tailwind because it put on pressure, and it made the Urshifu a lot scarier, but luckily just able to, I think, set up, for the Tapu Lele end game. I did have to rely on a 50-50 potentially, and it might have just been more in my favor depending on the item mechanics, which we don't know, but luckily it just paid off having this Tapu Lele in the back and just able to like clear the way, I think, using the Regigigas and getting the Wisp off, I think, in the Urshifu was absolutely huge. All right, a Sun Team: Incineroar, Grimmsnarl, Yveltal, Venusaur, Landorus, and Grimmsnarl. Okay, so Triple Dark. Not exactly the best matchup here, but I think it's an okay one. I should be able to do a lot with Regigigas Weezing, I'd imagine. Regigigas Weezing looks super good here. And then my back options, that's the question. I don't think they're going to bring the Landorus here. I just, do they? They have really, really weak Yveltal answers. That's why I think they might bring Landorus. I do want Tapu Lele though, because it's better than Mewtwo. I think Tapu Lele plus Nihilego just makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know who they maxed though. I feel like they should be maxing the Venusaur in this game, but they maxed the Landorus. I mean, that's completely fine for me. I like this a lot. Mewtwo doesn't accomplish too much other than Landorus in this matchup. Maybe Venusaur, but I have a Tapu Lele, Regigigas, which is pretty good against it. Torko's not that great here. Yeah, I think this is pretty okay. Let's see how this is going to go, though. As we're going to aim for really just trying to power through Regigigas, set up for a Nihilego endgame, I think. The way I set up for a Nihilego endgame is getting rid of the Venusaur and eliminating the Landorus. And then the Nihilego can really go in. Of course, I'll probably still have to weaken the Yveltal, but we'll see. Landorus and Incineroar is a perfectly fine lead for me. Okay. So I lead my Regigigas plus my Weezing here as they lead the Incineroar and the Landorus. So they can get an Intimidate off, or not Intimidate, Parting Shot off into my Regigigas, but I don't know. They could be clicking Fake Out here into the Weezing slot. I have no clue which they're going to decide on. I'm just going to protect and just try to focus down the Landorus. As I mentioned before, Landorus is the biggest threat to me right here. If they don't have Protect on Landorus, because Protect on Landorus I'd say is super rare. They'd probably run Swords Dance. I think their best play here is if they max Guard and Parting Shot, but that's really passive here, so we'll see. We will see. I'd imagine it's like Fake Out Max Quick attempts, but we'll find out. Gonna use the Regigigas here, try to threaten that Landorus as quick as possible. And that is the goal. I really do want to two-shot this Landorus, because once I get rid of Landorus, I open up the doors for Nihilego really well. So let's see. Landorus is going to Dynamax here, no surprise. And if they Fake Out into Quake, it's fantastic for me, right? Because I could go for the Taunt next turn and Max Strike the Landorus to prevent a Parting Shot. So let's see. Protect the Weezing. It seems like a really obvious Protect though. Maybe I should have Taunted. Yeah, it was a little bit too obvious. Unless they doubled into Weezing physically with like U-turn Quake. Because of Max Strike though in the Landorus, fantastic amount of damage right there. Let's see, are they going for Quake? Are they going for Airstream? We'll find out, I guess. Gonna be a Airstream, that's fine. Into Regigigas, I'd imagine. Yep, okay, so that did a lot. Is that crit? Probably. Where's that Life Orb? Looks like Life Orb. Life Orb is fine here. Yeah, it's Life Orb. Okay. I mean, even with the Parting Shot, I don't mind that because, like, yeah, I don't think I mind that too much. Let's see what's coming out here. A Venusaur? I'm not that worried about Landorus because it's in Power Gem range now. Venusaur is going to come out, yeah. I'm imagining this is going to be like a Sleep Powder attempt game. I think Landorus is probably going to max Guard here, I'd imagine. If they don't, I think it's fine too. I'm going to go for a Max Strike into the Venusaur slot. And do I Whistle Landorus or do I just Taunt the Venu? I think I double up the Venu actually. No, I double up the Venu because I'll definitely KO with a Max Strike and a Sludge Bomb, I'd imagine. Because the Venusaur can't Dynamax anymore. Yeah, I might as well just go for the Venusaur slot, double it up. No Protects here, that's fine. If I get rid of the Venusaur as well, it helps me as well. Yeah, because that thing can have Earth Power for Nihilego, so that's really nice. And I won't go down to any attack from this Landorus right here with either of my Pokemon. Unless they Rockfall crit, I guess, my Weezing, which I think is super unlikely here. So Sludge Bomb going to come out into the Venusaur. Goodbye, Venusaur. And let's see what they decide to do here with the Landorus. Going to be Max Quake once again, completely fine. Into the Weezing, which I will be able to survive. Excellent, excellent. So this is looking really good here. They get a crit, which doesn't matter, as I do have a Focus Sash on the Weezing. Only it would have mattered though if I had a Shucker Berry. If I had a Shucker Berry, that 100% would have mattered. But now, fantastic spot. I'm really liking the idea here of this end game of me clicking just Max Strike into Landorus. Incineroar's going to come out. I mean, oh, do I want to go for... I mean, I don't think it matters if I just Max Strike the Landorus and the Max Guards this turn. Like, it really doesn't change anything. Yeah, because that means they can't knock out my Weezing, so I'm still faster than them at the end of the day. I might as well just Max Strike the Landorus and just Protect, so I still have the Neutralizing Gas. Although I don't know what their last Pokemon is at this point. Yeah, they have to go for like the fake out play, I think. They don't really have anything. Like, I guess they don't have... I guess they have 4 attack Landers? Well, goodbye, Landers. Nice. So I'm able to get rid of Landers. Beautiful. And Nihilego's door is open. So goodbye, Landers here. And yeah, Regigigas Weezing really just shutting down this team because it really relies on all of its abilities. But when you can't use their abilities, the beauty part about Weezing here. Let's see what they decide to bring in right here. Yveltal. Okay. I wonder if I can knock out the Yveltal with Giga Impact. Definitely a possibility. They would Flare Blitz and Snarl here, I guess. I'm trying to figure out what they would accomplish here. I mean, I think I win with my back Pokemon anyway, so there's like no point of this. I might as well just go for the Giga Impact, I think, into the Yveltal. And I guess just go for a Sludge Bomb. And I guess I chip the Yveltal as well for Meteor Beam. So Giga Impact's gonna come out from the Regigigas here into the Yveltal. Big damage in the Yveltal, really good damage. Yeah, that should be Moonblast range. They go for Oblivion Wing instead. Okay, tarting down the Weezing. All right, I don't mind that too much. Again, I'm just trying to get Nihilego in for a win. So let's see what they do with the Incineroar. Should be Flare Blitz, as abilities are going to be active once again. So Dark Aura, Intimidate, Slow Start will activate on the field and should be Flare Blitz, unless it's Darkest Lariat, which I could see. Parting Shot, okay. My Regigigas still takes no damage, so yeah, I can go out into... I'd say Tapu Lele is very safe here. Just draw off a Moonblast, and yeah, I might as well just go for the Moonblast in the Yveltal. Because Moonblast looks like it should KO the Yveltal at that range. If it doesn't, I still have a Nihilego in the back, so I'm okay with that. And I'd just be able to click Power Gem, I'd imagine. And I have the Psychic Terrain up so they can't Sucker Punch my Nihilego, which is pretty big, I think. So yeah, we are going to go for a Moonblast into the Yveltal. Should KO at that range, I'd imagine. But of course, Yveltal is a really bulky Pokemon. It does assault as Yveltal. Maybe it can live? I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so that will be a good game because I have a Nihilego in the back and I can click Power Gem for the victory. So yeah, perfect. Darkest Lariat does come out into my Tapu Lele, and that's fine. That's fine. Crit won't knock me out. It's a 3-shot, it looks like, without crits. Go for the high horsepower into the Incineroar. Go for the Moonblast into the Incineroar as well. Weaken it for my Power Gem on the Nihilego in the back, and we'll be able to seal up the game. So Moonblast is going to come out into Incineroar. Chip it away for the Power Gem. Looks like I'd say it was Assault Vest on the Yveltal because the Moonblast did way too much to the Incineroar to be a Assault Vest set. Here comes the Darkest Lariat though. All right, are you gonna... I would prefer if you knock out the Lele somehow. And I live with 1 HP. Looks like the Tapu Lele doesn't want to go down. I'll finish this off with a Giga Impact if I can. If it's not Barrier on the Incineroar, if it's like Goggles or something. So might as well just go for the Moonblast and the Giga Impact because I do, again, have Nihilego for the Power Gem and should be able to seal up the victory. And yeah, that's the thing about Regigigas Weezing. Good against every team that abuses the abilities, and that is basically what Weezing does. It's a really odd Pokemon that just does well in those scenarios. And it looks like we do finish the game with Giga Impact. So goodbye, Incineroar. Goodbye. You got obliterated by the -1 Regigigas that is still in slow start. So yeah, all I had to do was outpower there. There was really not much they could do there. Like I play it super safe. Like again, best play there was like even their best plays weren't even that great, right? Like no matter what, if they max guard, turn on Parting Shot, kind of the same situation. I max strike Sludge Bomb, they still can't threaten the KO on Weezing. I mean, either way, like momentum wise, I feel like I had it throughout the entire game just because I don't think they had a game plan, or like I don't even know what their matchup is against Regigigas Weezing. I think it's really, really tough, I'd say. And that is the show. Would have loved to got more skill swaps off of Tapu Lele, as it was a pretty fun thing as a backup when the Weezing went down early, and I had a lot of practice games where Weezing just went down early and I was actually able to get a skill swap next to my Regigigas, which was pretty solid. But hey, we got it off, and it was a pretty good backup plan in some certain situations where Weezing could have gone down early in the battles that we had. But if you did enjoy this team, make sure you try it out with the rental code. You have 2 weeks to grab it before it expires. Otherwise, paste been available in the description down below. And of course, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help out. But otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. And until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.